Tales from the Podcast is brought to you by the following generous sponsorships. House of Mysterious Secrets. Visit houseofmysterioussecrets.com and use the discount code 4130 to save 10%. TalesFromThePodcast.com, where you can pick up your copy of Tales of Shock and Terror #1. The Skewered Universe Podcast. And viewers like you.
Hey there, and welcome to another episode of Tales from the Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, JB. How's it going, Jeff?
Hey, it's good now.
Well, I mean, internet issues can really be a fucking bitch, can't they?
You don't know the half of it. Internet, and then earlier today, the power supply for my TV decided to overheat and stop working. So I have a new one ordered.
Oh, no. Well, hopefully it comes quick.
Yeah, so apparently it's been my day for everything to just go wrong.
Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I really am.
You know what? It is what it is. In the grand scheme of things, it ain't that big a deal.
Well, I mean, yeah, it could be worse, I guess. So, anyways, man, I believe this is the first Mulligan episode we've had to do. You weren't here for the original part of it, where this guest that's on today came on, and we had to watch a movie called The Ritual. The Tales from the Crypt version of that movie, which, I'm going to bring him up real quick while I even talk about this. So let me introduce the guest, my buddy Corny.
Hey, what's up?
So, not only did I have you watch The Ritual, but when you went and actually got it, like, you didn't even get to see the Crypt Keeper parts of it.
No.
Which took away from the film, to be fair, because I showed you them later on or whatever. They were pretty bad.
Yeah, that was embarrassing for the Crypt Keeper. It's probably best that I didn't get him on that. What did I do that on iTunes, whatever?
Yeah,
probably
best
that
that
I
on
didn't
Apple
see him
TV
on
or
iTunes.
whatever.
Yeah, it's probably good that for the Crypt Keeper that I didn't see.
Yeah,
that was rough.
I haven't seen the movie. I've only seen the Crypt Keeper segments online, and I was like, oh, if those are bad, how's the movie?
Really bad.
Yeah, I was in the chat for your guys' conversation about that
one. I mean, it was I don't know, like, have you ever put something on and then like just turned it right away because it was just really bad? Like, that's what you wanted to do the whole fucking movie. But we had to talk about it, so you couldn't, which made it worse.
The oath of the podcasters is you can't leave a movie unwatched and shit, and call yourself going to be on the episode. Unlike people like Michael Raven Shadow, we don't do things like that to where we don't watch movies or watch the wrong movie that we.
Raven Shadow's actually been super fucking good on our show. Like, anytime he's ever came on, he's always been super prepared, knew every little thing. I mean, I can't speak for how he is around other people. Maybe he just respects me more. But Raven Shadow is my fucking boy. I love that guy to
Yeah,
death,
yeah.
and he's actually
And
supposed to be coming
people
back for the
respect.
last episode.
Oh, really?
What did you say, Jeff?
I said people respect you.
No, I didn't
And
say
hey,
people.
after
Just Raven Shadow.
been nice
Yeah.
co-hosting for one show and like a fraction here. What, 5 minutes? So I'll see you guys later.
Oh, whatever. So, anyways, like I was saying, this is our first Mulligan episode. So, to make up for the shittiest movie called The Ritual, we got to go ahead and pick to do the best movie, also called The Ritual.
If you look there, JB, because I can't get into it right now because my internet on my computer is dumb. I loaded a picture of what the movie we're watching is. If you see it there, if you
Oh.
what? Yeah,
Oh
that's.
no!
No.
Wait, isn't that the one we're doing? That's the one I watched.
Yeah, that's the one.
Words from Whitney
I'm
Houston,
kidding.
Hill to
I'm
the
kidding. I'm kidding. I just wanted to have a little fun.
No.
I watched the right movie. I
No.
did watch the right movie.
This Ritual movie.
Yes.
And we're
Tim
gonna
Curry on that other poster just looks like he's sad. You know.
It's I mean, yeah, he looks more sad there than he does like yesterday. Like when you see recent pictures of him,
Yeah.
like in a wheelchair where he could barely do anything.
Yeah.
He looks more sad being in the fucking Tales from the Crypt Ritual movie
Yeah,
than real
yeah.
life nowadays. You know.
Yeah,
it's-
the only good thing was he probably got most of the budget as his paycheck for that movie.
I don't know what he got paid for that movie. I mean, honestly, I don't think. I mean, I love Tim Curry. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he is one of those actors that has like a super outstanding net worth anyway.
True, but out of the others in the cast and how much actually probably went into the movie, realistically, aside from getting the
Alright.
location.
He Michael Caine the hell out of that movie. You know, he knew he had to pay for like dentures or like a pool or something, and he he took the money and phoned that shit
Yeah.
in.
I
So-
love that story about Michael Caine. That's an awesome story. He's like, my mom needed something done, so I took the. What was it?
So I
What was
did-
it? Jaws 4.
Oh God! So I did a
Jaws
quick.
4, Jaws 3, something like that.
I
Was that
just
yeah.
like,
Voodoo one?
ooh, what? Jaws 3. Ooh.
You think it was Jaws 3?
Yeah, I think it was. 3 was 3D, so I think it was 4 because it was Mario Van Peebles,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and I
know.
think I think Lance Guest from The Last Starfighter, which is a great
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. You are correct there, Jeff. And
I may not know a lot of things, but I have
Yeah,
the
Michael
most random
Caine,
of
yeah.
knowledge up here.
Michael Caine plays Hoagie in it. Jaws 4. The Revenge.
Sad thing
So,
is, that was the first Jaws movie I saw growing up.
Really? Oh God, I'm sorry.
It was on TV like all the time.
The first one I saw was number 1. I did do a quick search, by the way, guys. Tim Curry is only worth $12 million.
Oh, okay.
Only.
That's like
Well, I mean,
$12 million
considering some
more
of
than
the
I'm worth.
very, very big things that he's been a part of, I mean, I mean, they're. I would have assumed he was worth a little bit more, personally. But
Yeah, but considering my net worth, I'm not going to sneeze at somebody being worth 12.
well, I mean, I'm not. That's fair. All right, guys. So we're gonna look up Jeff Baldry's net worth.
Yeah, my internet can't even connect, so go figure it out for you. You got an idea of what we're dealing with here.
Oh well, I mean, at least you can make a good joke.
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and just jump into this movie because I mean, why not? So, to throw out the plot synopsis, according to IMDb, a group of old college friends reunite for a trip to a forest in Sweden, Northern Europe, but encounter a menacing presence there stalking them. Okay, so I mean that's kind of legit there. This was directed by David Bruckner. I mean, the dude's done a few things. He did Amateur Night, the segment from VHS, which I mean one of the things I known him for most of all.
Right.
He did this, which I mean is to me this is probably his best work. I'm just gonna say, just because I don't really give a fuck what anybody says, he also did that really shitty remake of Hellraiser that
Is that
I
the
didn't
recent
really.
one? Or
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, I didn't really care for it. To me, I mean, I had some issues. I mean, I like the old school shit, but
Yeah. I didn't have
you
too
know,
many problems with it because I kept my expectations low. So, I mean, compared to what was it, the video game Hellraiser? I mean, it wasn't as bad as that in my opinion. But
The
well,
it's
yeah.
nowhere.
what was the one next before this reboot? I thought that one was horrible.
Oh, that
the one
was. I
that
can't
Buckner
remember the
did,
full name of it, but I saw that one. That one was
the Night House.
no,
no, not Night House.
no,
That's
the other Hellraiser before the remake that went to Hulu.
Oh God, yeah, that was really bad too. Fuck, what was that one called?
I fell asleep halfway through and I woke up going, okay, there's still no Cenobites or anything. What the hell?
I wish I could fall asleep on that fucking movie. It was just that bad.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, that one. Oh God, was it No, it wasn't Revelations. Was it yet? No, that wasn't Revelations. Was it? No. Trying to find it. See if I can find anything.
Hellraiser,
See, they put out a lot of
Judgment.
documentaries and everything.
Yeah,
else.
that one was horrible.
Yeah. I didn't see Judgment. I saw Revelations. And after that I was like, you know what? I'm done for a good while. I'm okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Judgment. Oh. Yeah. But then again, I mean, what? That was one of them that didn't even have Doug Bradley in it, wasn't it?
From
I'm pretty-
Revelations on, Doug Bradley has no longer been a part of the franchise.
Yeah, so that's not included as being part of the franchise then. It only counts as part of the franchise when Doug Bradley's in it.
I mean, really, for me, I stop at Bloodline 1 through 3, and then Bloodline is my hard cut.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I'm just saying personally, like watching it on screen, like if it's not Doug Bradley, I don't know. I don't really. It's not the same. It's like trying to watch a Leprechaun movie where Warwick Davis isn't Leprechaun.
Oh, like the last two they did?
Yeah, and how did those ones do in comparison? Kind of shit.
Don't know. Haven't seen them.
My point exactly. But anyways, to go on to this movie that we're actually doing today.
Night House is a good film, by the way.
Was it? I never saw Night House.
Yeah, I thought it was a good film.
So,
that's one I got to check out still.
Now, this was done off a book from Adam Neville, right? I believe so. And he did this, The Ritual, as well as No One Gets Out Alive, which I believe is like not necessarily a sequel, but supposed to be in the same universe type thing. And then Joe Barton also helped do some of the writing and like, turning it more into a screenplay type thing because these Ritual was actually a book beforehand. And I mean, looking at a lot of his work, I mean, I really don't know barely any of the shit. I'm pretty sure he's British, and I'm pretty sure that majority of the shit he's done has been over there. And that's probably why I don't know what any of this stupid shit is. Never heard of Cuffs, never heard of Beaver Falls. I don't know, Glasgow Girls. Anybody ever hear of this stuff?
No.
Oh,
I Boy, My Days of Mercy.
Boy, I think has what's the girl that was the assassin in Game of Thrones. Little sister. I can't think.
The little girl.
Yeah,
Maisie Williams.
Yeah, Maisie Williams was in iBoy, I think.
Yeah, you're right. I've never even heard of iBoy though. Huh. Interesting. It's a superhero type movie. And
yeah.
I don't know.
I hadn't seen it. I just know it existed, and at some point I was going to wait down and watch it.
I'm gonna have to wait for you to review that before I even spend the time looking that up.
You might have to wait for a long time because there's a good chance I never get to it.
It's cool.
I'll look it up.
I waited till after your review of Speed Racer before I decided to check that out. So I mean, and that was what? How many years after it came out?
Yeah.
There's a chance you might get to it eventually.
Yeah, I did Speed Racer for my Patreon on Talk Without Rhythm last year. You know, I had seen that movie a couple of times, but Ogoro hadn't reviewed it, so yeah. Actually, I love
Which
that movie.
I was surprised, and you guys actually made me want to check it out. I still haven't, unfortunately, but you know, hey, hey, man, you know how many movies I got to try and watch? Just to catch up on my own personal list.
Oh, probably more than 6 then. 6 was a good guess though.
My list of shame.
Hey, don't feel bad. I got 1 on my list that I still have to watch, and that's still and honestly, I'm like 50-50 if I even want to watch it because I hate Nicolas Cage so much, but I love Dracula. So it's
Renfield?
Yeah.
It's on streaming now. I didn't have time to go and see it in the theater, but
I'm just 50-50 if I even want to watch it. Like, I want to watch it because I love Dracula type movies, but on the other hand, I mean, I hate everything that has anything to do with fucking Nicolas Cage, and I don't know, every time I see him I think of that shitty fucking looking piece of shit actor for fucking Con Air, or the guy who ruined fucking Wicker Man, and I don't know. He's ruined a lot of stuff for me. I just don't.
He didn't ruin Wicker Man. Everyone else who was behind remaking Wicker Man ruined Wicker Man. You're
gonna tell me he helped it?
We're gonna have no. What I'm saying is he was not the sole force behind ruining Wicker Man. It should have never been remade in the first place. So whoever greenlit it, let's put the blame on them. Nick Cage is just getting a paycheck.
Have you ever looked up who greenlit it? Nicolas
Cage.
I haven't. He was
executive
producer.
Right,
I made that up. I made that up.
Here we go. See, we're gonna have an issue here because I mean, November I dedicate to Nick Cage over at Skewered Universe. So I mean,
every November. Oh God. Well, you know what?
From a certain point moving forward, when I actually thought of the idea, so
which was just now, just so you could sit there and
give
me shit about
it's actually this will be the 3rd year I think doing it. So yeah,
I'll be honest, I don't have a problem with Nicolas Cage movies. I just don't ever want him to be like
in
Ghost Rider again, you know.
Right.
Oh yeah, no.
I was like, I was thinking about it, and
Con Air, he had the worst Southern accent ever. Like, I'm in Alabama,
so bad.
And that is the worst like Alabama accent I've ever heard in my life.
Right. Like, I don't know. Like going through some of Nick Cage's movies, there's like one thing I can say equally about all of them. So like just going through like some of these newer ones, you know, you got Renfield, The Old Way, Pig, Willy's Wonderland, Jiu-Jitsu, Primal. I mean, the one thing that I can say about all of those is that they would all be better if Nick Cage wasn't in them.
Oh, you need to watch Pig then, because he's really good in Pig.
I don't know. Is he really good in jiu-jitsu? Is he believable?
Look, not everyone is gonna do movies that are great. And hey, remember, this guy had tax debt to pay off, so he's taking as many projects as he can to still clear his name from all that shit.
I understand that, but I just like, fuck, go work at Lowe's or something. Stop.
Hey. Willy's Wonderland was fantastic, and he didn't say a damn word.
I agree.
And he was really good in it without having to say a word. I mean, I was.
Dude, I will
What's
say
the movie
that
you get with the Mandalorian? I can't think of names tonight.
Oh, that was the incredible weight, immeasurable weight of
massive talent. Yeah, that was
a good film. I still haven't got around to that, but it looks like it'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it.
I don't know. The last movie that I thought Nicolas Cage was actually okay, I mean, like I watched it, like, oh, it's believable. National Treasure. It starts and ends with National Treasure with me.
The first or the second one?
You know, first one.
Okay.
You know, I mean, the
I
second
didn't get
one's not horrible, but I mean, if we're talking Nick Cage movies, National Treasure is top tier Nick Cage, and it's all downhill from there. And it's like everything is just so bad that the dude's in. Nick Cage isn't even in this movie. How did I get on this conversation? God, I hate Nick Cage. Oh yeah, Renfield. Fucking Renfield. I probably shouldn't even watch that movie. At this point, this is gonna make me angry. So the ritual. We basically have four main people going through this movie. We got Rafe Spall, who plays Luke. I think that's how he says his name is Rafe, maybe. He's done a little bit of acting. I mean, he was also did some writing too. He wrote The Life of Pi.
Okay.
As far as acting, I mean, he was in the 2019 War of the Worlds miniseries. He was in Men in Black International as Agent C.
I can tell you the two roles you'll actually remember him from if you've seen the two movies.
Jurassic World.
No, Shaun of the Dead. He was the smartass worker, teenager in the Forey Electronics, and he was one of the Andys in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember him in Prometheus too.
See, I didn't remember him from that.
Huh?
Who's he in Prometheus?
In Prometheus, he is. God damn it. Milburn.
I have to go back and watch that because I don't remember him being in it.
Well, whatever. I think he's in. He does a lot of those. Working with those guys though, from like Hot Fuzz and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But we also got. Oh God, I fucking hate names. Arsher Ali in this, and he plays Phil, which I mean, he does not look like a Phil. Let's just go ahead and throw that out there. But he was also in. I mean, he's been in a few things. I mean, The Ritual is probably the biggest one that I can really see. A lot of TV shows, Beaver Falls, Silent Witness, Masterpiece Mystery. I mean, he did not do nearly as much as, Rafe Spall did. That's for damn sure. We also got Robert James Collier as Hutch, who I actually really liked his performance in this movie, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was really
But
good.
I know he was in the that Fate Winx saga show on Netflix as well. That Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
I've never seen that, but
I've actually seen Downton Abbey.
I heard it's popular, but I don't really know much about it, to be honest with you. And what else? I mean, I'd say that Downton Abbey is probably like one of the biggest things he's done, though, because he's in like all of them. The new era of it, the shows, movies. I mean, like the guy seems like he's probably a pretty big part of that series.
Yeah, he's a butler. He plays a butler, Thomas, and Thomas.
Oh,
pretty much he's pretty much in the whole series.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought he would have a bigger role than a butler, but I don't know anything about that show, so it's kind of really hard for me to really have like a really good opinion on it.
Yeah, I got nothing.
He says, "I've never actually watched Ritual. Review the fuck out of this for me." You know what? We're getting into it, and just so you know, this is not the Tales from the Crypt Ritual.
No.
Movie. Thank God.
We have reviewed that one, which is why we are reviewing this one, because that movie fucking sucked. So
and JB's a good person, and he felt bad for
for fucking you.
Yeah.
I was like,
punish me by having to watch that other piece of shit.
Well, not only that, but I believe you paid for it.
Yeah,
right?
I did.
Yeah, you paid to watch that movie.
So JB
I
should
paid
also be
more.
reimbursing.
I'm freaking
I
drinking it
own
out of
it.
my memory.
I own it, but I mean, I probably spent the same to own it as you did to rent it.
Yeah,
Anyways,
ruined my
our
life.
last main character is Sam Troughton. He plays Dom in this. I mean, he's done a little bit of stuff too. He was in Alien vs Predator, The Outlaws, Mank, Chernobyl. I mean, it seems like he's actually done a few more things than some of the other people here, but I mean, still nothing really fucking huge. But he was in the Robin Hood TV series from 2006 to 2009. Huh. I didn't even know there was a Robin Hood series back then.
Yeah, I used to watch it on BBC America back in the day.
Really? Huh. I didn't know that. That's interesting. I might have to check out that series. That actually sounds pretty cool.
I remember liking it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it couldn't be that bad, I guess. So, anyways.
It's got to be better than the costume Robin Hood, right?
I mean, my favorite Robin Hood's always going to be Men in Tights.
Yeah, same here.
To me, it's like anytime you think of Robin Hood, like that's the only real Robin Hood movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Anytime so I always hear, did you say Abe Lincoln? No, I said, hey, Blinken.
Exactly. I mean,
my first exposure to Dave Chappelle, and I have not stopped watching that man since.
I mean, I think that's like most people's first exposure to Chappelle, to be fair. But I mean, we all get these certain roles and things where we see somebody and like that's that character forever for us. Like kind of like how Sam Neill is always Merlin for me. But
you mean he's not the crazy man in Event Horizon?
No, he's Merlin. That's always Merlin. Nothing else.
Jurassic Park. No.
Part of White Squall.
No, just mostly Merlin. I mean, if he would have been really good in Jurassic Park, he would have been in all of them.
Damn.
He was in all of the Merlin. So, I mean...
Well, TV miniseries, franchise of movies. I mean, it's a little different.
Yeah, but I mean... There's a whole different caliber of actors that he got to work with, too. Like, sure, on the movies, he got to work with Jeff Goldblum. But on the TV show, he worked with James Earl Jones and Martin Short. I mean, I'm just sorry, but the TV series had a better cast and a better role for him.
Did James Earl Jones like him, or he just grunted at him?
I don't know. I'm not like personal friends with James Earl Jones. I mean,
I'm James Earl Jones. I'm thinking Tommy Lee Jones. My bad. James Earl Jones attempted to force choke him. My bad. Somebody, Patsy from Throwdown Thirsty, yesterday I talked to him on the phone and he kind of told me like him meeting not James Earl Jones, Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, and
yeah.
Oh, huh. Interesting.
I just imagine Tommy Lee Jones is angry all the time. I don't know why. He just comes off as like perpetually angry.
I wouldn't say angry.
He looks it. Anyways, guys.
Maybe just annoyed at everyone.
That's gonna be me.
He does have that look.
And more of this wine. Huh?
So he does have that look.
Yeah.
So, anyways, though, let's go ahead and jump into this movie a little bit. So, you know what? I'm going to throw somebody on the spot here. Jeff, why don't you give us a quick walkthrough? Because correct me if I'm wrong, but this is also a first watch for you.
This is a first watch for me. So, the ritual, we start off, Tim Curry, no, I'm kidding. So this group of friends, I believe it's 5 to start out with. Am I correct?
Well, I mean, technically not on the hiking trip.
Yeah, not on the hiking trip, but there's an event that leads to the hiking trip.
Right.
So we originally have 5 friends. They're talking about where they, all want to get together and go. Let's go to Ibiza. We're too old for Ibiza. Let's go to Vegas. One of them brings up hiking in Sweden. They're all kind of like, what? A couple of them kind of shit on the idea. They're like, all right. When they're leaving, Ray Spall's character, I believe, is Luke, correct? He's like, I'm gonna go across to the shop, grab a bottle. I don't remember the other friend's name who went in there with him. Was it Rob?
Yes,
Rob, yeah.
yes, who was played by Paul Reed, which I did not include because I mean he didn't make it very far in the movie.
Yeah. They go into the shop, they're talking, and then they realize, oh, the clerk's behind the counter looking like she just got her ass beat. Oh, guys are robbing it. Luke, hides around the corner. Rob ends up getting robbed and his head bashed in and dies right there in front of Luke. Cut to this being a dream. Luke wakes up. These four guys are all out in Sweden on this hiking trip. You can tell Luke is haunted by the nightmares of not doing anything to try and save his friend. Ultimately, what's happening is they're doing this in honor of him, so they set up this little shrine, this altar, pay their respects to him. And they're trying to figure out how far to go because they got to go back to their lodge. I believe it was Hutch brought up the idea of we can just cut through the forest. It's a straight shot going, what was it, southwest, right through, and we can cut the trip in half. They argue. Luke says no. The other guy, Dom, what did he do? He twisted his knee, I believe, when they were walking.
Yeah.
His meniscus. Because he's like,
His meniscus.
I've
He's
hurt
like,
my meniscus before. You just remember how much of a bitch he was about it.
I was like, dude, come on. It's like, if there's a shorter way, we should go that way. So they all, just start trudging through the forest. And they happen upon this weird shanty, cabin. Looks abandoned.
Oh, yeah. Very, very, very many years abandoned, it looks like.
Yeah. So they go inside. They start checking it out. I believe they send Phil upstairs.
Yeah.
To see if there happens to be anybody up there.
Yeah, they picked him because he was in the white one.
Racism abound. Oh my god. There's really nothing there. It's just an abandoned cabin until Phil hollers out to them and they come upstairs and there's a very strange looking altar. It looks like a headless person holding antlers over their head. JB, I think you have an image.
With chicken feet too.
Yeah, with weird chicken feet. It's just, this is it. That if I walked into a place and saw that somewhere, I'm out. I'm gone. I'm going back the other way I came.
First off, I wouldn't be in a hike with them. If it wasn't in a city doing a pub crawl or something, I would have been at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I actually really do enjoy the outdoors myself. But, I mean, I don't know if I would ever go just, through the fucking woods like that. To me, it's fucking insane to do that part of it, but...
Yeah. Yeah.
Would be much more Tales from the podcast.
No, there definitely wouldn't be.
Creepy altar aside, they all decide we should just stay here for the night. We'll get moving in the morning.
Right.
And here's where everything starts kind of setting into motion.
Yeah.
Everyone's having nightmares. Luke is reliving the moment. He's walking outside, seeing this bright light. He's seeing the convenience store he was in.
Yeah.
He goes back inside. Hutch is awake. I think he wakes Hutch up. And Hutch has pissed himself. Dom's over in the corner yelling for his wife, Gail. Phil's nowhere to be found. They're like, what the fuck? Okay, we're all having weird nightmares. When they go upstairs and Phil is completely naked praying to this altar. So, yeah, that's pretty freaking weird.
It's different.
I saw that and I'm just like, what the hell? It threw me off. So I wasn't expecting that. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Eventually, they keep trudging through. They're like, we're just going to keep pushing through. the friendship is disintegrating at the same time. I mean, Dom obviously has something against Luke. They're arguing back and forth. Turns out, I think at some point Dom reveals he pretty much blames Luke for not doing anything to help their friend.
Well, I mean, in a way, Luke was basically a pussy.
Yeah,
He didn't do a fucking thing, like for
Yeah.
real. And
True.
before you continue, I'm sure it says not to change the subject, but still Tales related. Do you guys have any collected volumes of the EC titles? Well, I do know that the newest EC Tales from the Crypt Volume 3 just got released, but if you look up on this shelf, I mean, I have many, many rows and I don't know, probably about 400 copies of EC titles up there. So, yes, at least I do.
You're kind of into it. I mean, not hardcore.
A little bit. I wouldn't say I'm like a
bit.
huge fan, but I would say that I am on a scale from 1 to 10, probably a 3.
11.
I don't think there's a scale that can measure how much you like it. And that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying.
No, it's fair. Hey, I mean, I got everything from masks to movies to fucking laser discs, toys, signed, not signed. You know, you really want to get into EC stuff. I have the entire set of collectible trading cards and unopened packs. Yeah.
Mad respect, sir. Mad respect.
Yeah, a little
That's
bit. But yeah, just saw that comment. I was like, yeah, I better get it before I forget about it there. But go ahead, continue on.
Yeah. At one point, they're trying to figure out where they're going to go. There's a path. Luke says, I'm going to go up to this ridge that they see like a little, not really a clearing, but it's like a lighter area of the woods. It's not so dense.
Right. It looks
so
like
Luke
there
says,
could be a
stay here
clearing up there at the ridge.
Yeah, I'm going to go check it out up there and see what it is. Well, he gets up there, hears growling, and starts to see something far off kind of moving through the trees. You can't tell what it is.
Right.
He looks it back and is like, we got to keep moving. They keep moving, and I think is it the next night when shit really starts to
amp up a bit?
Go down. Hutch pulls Luke aside. He goes, look, you're the strongest out of all of us. Why don't you, take the compass? You head back to the lodge. I'll stay here with these guys.
Straight southwest.
Yeah, get somebody back here to get us out of here. We'll be fine. I'll take care of them. Luke's like, all right, I can do that. I don't, ultimately, he's not wanting to at first, and is like, okay, fine, I'll do it. He's some convincing from Hutch. He's like, okay, I'll do it. He doesn't get that chance because the middle of the night, they're all woken up. And one of them, was it Dom or Phil, was screaming, and Hutch was gone. Just gone. His pants was.
Phil was on the ground screaming, and yes, that is when Hutch gets taken away, and they later find him inside of a tree.
Yeah, complete. Oh, I missed the spot where I missed the part in the beginning where
about the elk.
When they were going through the forest, they initially see this elk up in this tree, displayed in fashion much like Hutch there on the screen.
Right.
And so I apologize for missing that part. It's kind of important.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
I meant to rewatch this again yesterday or today, and I didn't get a chance. But it was still bleeding, so it was a fairly fresh kill. So they're like, let's keep moving, because whatever did that is probably big and could kill all of us. So
it starts to.
That was in the beginning. Fast forward now, Hutch is gone. There's no explanation. His tent is like destroyed. He's just gone. They hear him, and then they eventually come across his body in the trees, like you saw in that image.
Yeah, the next day.
Luke's having more hallucinations of the shop, seeing his friend on the floor. Just like he's losing it, everybody else is losing it.
Oh yeah.
And then
that's a real neat effect, by the way, that they pull off in the film.
Every time when there's like just the lights at one point, over a pathway and he's walking, and then it just transitions to the shelves being there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did a really really good job with that. I mean,
Yeah.
they really fucking did. That's for sure.
The one shot too, where Luke is looking around, he was in the shop, he sees his friends on the street, and when Phil turns to him, there's a flashlight, and then he like snaps back and sees Phil with the flashlight standing there in the woods. Just before Phil gets snatched away, you don't even see it. He's just gone. Flashlight falls, he's gone and screaming.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, his death is. I mean, he's gone quick.
Yeah,
you know.
He's just in the blink of an eye, he's gone.
Yeah.
So it's now just left Dom and Luke.
Right.
That's the
I
two
mean,
who are
and
not
you kind of see that coming like a mile away too.
When you see how much they don't get along at one point, you're like, okay, these are going to kind of be the last two because they're going to have to come to terms with what's happening.
Right.
So I believe they do they happen across Phil at this point and then they continue down the path?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember. Yeah, they were continuing on after seeing Phil, and they come across. I apologize. I'm streamlining it here. So if I miss anything, you guys just feel free to jump in and correct me.
Oh no, you're fine. I mean, I'm waiting to the point where I can actually just like I mean, like, well, let's just be completely honest. I mean, and kind of just like really streamlining it and kind of like pushing it forward a little bit. But I mean, this movie kind of just gets basically kind of crazy. We end up realizing there's a monster, there's like a cult, and I mean, it just goes fucking insane. And I mean, shit gets burnt the fuck down, and basically our only real survivor of anything is
Luke.
Was it Luke? Yeah, and I mean, it just to give people an idea. I mean, like, this monster is a very creative looking creature. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a incredible job with it, but like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think like the vagueness of not really saying too much might really help this one for people who haven't seen it. I am
people will have like Blair Witch, the original Blair Witch type vibes to this because they're like, other than it being just like found footage or whatever, just the whole journey of them going in the woods, not knowing what's going on. They start seeing rooms and stuff everywhere, and those figures or whatever, like they found in that first cabin. You're seeing stuff like that. When you kind of get in the deep of it.
No, I mean, yeah, you're definitely, I mean, I like you comparing it kind of like to the Blair Witch. I mean, it kind of makes a lot of sense. That's for sure. Like,
it really does. I didn't even think about that until just
almost like a Nordic version. Because I mean, with all the runes and shit that you get too, it's pretty interesting. Just but I mean, you're not wrong there. I will say though, kind of just like I said, streamline a little bit. Like me personally, I want to talk about like what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it, and give our ratings on this. This is probably one of the things that I think is the most interesting. And I'm, I got a good idea that I know where Corny feels about this one, just because he and I have. Obviously, when this mulligan got pulled, we knew this was the good one. So, but this is a first time watch for Mr. Jeff here. So I'm actually super curious on what he thinks about this and his rating. So I think let's go ahead and start with Jeff on this one.
I'm always a sucker for a good creature movie where you don't know what's happening until the end. Like, I didn't realize this was going to be, a creature movie. I thought it was, weird cult. Like, they were just hearing things like maybe it was them making animal sounds, somebody growling, one of those type of things.
Right.
And then once you actually see that there really is a monster, I was like, okay, yeah, this is even better than I thought. I really liked this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the acting was solid. The creature design, knowing that it actually has some relevancy in like Norse mythology and stuff, is I went and looked at started looking it up after I watched the movie. It was just really cool. It was a refreshing take for one of the Netflix original movies. I say in quotes because not every one of their original movies are produced by them. They usually just, buy the rights to it out at a film festival. So,
Right.
yeah, for one of those, that movie sets the bar pretty high. So, a lot of other stuff, I don't think is going to be able to touch it.
I think you'll really like No One Gets Out Alive if you got around to seeing that.
I'm going to have to check it out now.
Yeah, that location's in a bit different because it's happening in a building inside a city, but circumstances are, it's a good told story. Also, I really at some point I want to read this guy's books and kind of want to see what everybody like the sequences when they were having nightmares. I wonder if other
Like,
than Lou,
everybody
what the other
else's?
people were experiencing.
I mean, yeah, I get that. That would be cool too.
Yeah, because really the only one that we get any kind of inkling of what they were experiencing was Dom talking about, I saw what was going to happen to me, and I was, trying to talk to my wife, which I'd like that sequence too of him. Dom's going to be sacrificed by this cult ultimately to this, god or giant. And the creature comes out. You don't see the creature right away. You see his wife.
Yeah.
His wife walking up to him. I'm like, oh, this is interesting because it's going to take the form of a loved one or someone you care about or something. I'm like, oh, I did like that because it was like putting him at ease, and then all of a sudden, oh wait, creature.
Oh, they did a great job with it. I mean, like,
Yeah,
they really did. Now, with this being a first time watch and everything, how would you rate this one?
I would say if I'm gonna rate it, what are we gonna rate out of 10?
Yeah.
I like 8 3/4.
8 3/4. I mean,
Yeah,
that is a very precise one. I mean,
it's not
that's
it's
still
not
good.
quite a 9, but it's still high on the scale.
Oh, right. I'm not sure what's going on with Corny there. It looks like he might be having some kind of connectivity issues.
Oh no, my
He's still
internet issues
connected,
are
but it looks like
spreading.
I think I think his camera got turned off or something. But hopefully he can at least hear me still, because I guess I'll just go on to mine then. I will say, with me personally, I mean, this is one of those movies where the visual effects are fucking amazing. The camera gets dropped. Well, I mean, I'm sure you can still hear me though. But the visual effects are amazing. The acting is, I mean, considering you got some people in this that just really haven't done a lot, the acting is surprisingly super fucking good. I
Yeah,
mean, every person's role in this movie was completely fucking believable. I mean, nothing seemed like it was phoned in. I mean, it was just all around solid fucking acting. The creature design, I mean, you want to talk about something creative? I mean, fuck.
yeah,
They did a really good job pulling that off. And for this also be like we said before, being a Netflix type movie, I mean, I explained this to Jeff beforehand. I was like, as far as Netflix horror goes, I told him, like, this is like top notch Netflix horror. Which, I mean, I also said that doesn't mean it's top notch horror. That means it's like this is what, if Netflix could do something good, this is what it would end up being. Is this? And they nailed it for me. I mean, I would give this movie a solid 8.5. I mean,
I'll be honest with you. I probably would have saw this in theaters if it was released in theater.
yeah. If I don't think this
yeah.
had a theatrical release, did it?
Not here.
No. So I mean, I would have loved to seen this one in theaters. Like, dude, I was watching it just the other day, and like, I got a pretty nice sound system, dude, and big TV, nice sound system. We're sitting there, me and my wife are watching this. Dude, the sound cues fucking hit you hard, dude. My wife jumped like 3 or 4 fucking times, like visibly jumped. Like it fucking it's.
I'm doing
Dude,
7.1
great.
sound, and I'm turning my lights on every now and then or muting stuff because I'm hearing things moving around in a room, and I'm just making sure it's coming from the speaker. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's a creepy fucking movie. Like they fucking nailed it, dude. I mean, in this movie does it like 3 or 4 times, these little scenes, and it's like you had to really pay attention. Like I can't speak for everyone's TVs here, but like mine's pretty big and pretty clear, so I can see a lot. And do like when they're doing like those visible scenes where they're like panning through the woods and you can see something move.
Yeah.
And I mean, they do it a few times, and I mean, they don't overdo it. They don't do a little like they don't do it in a cheesy way. I mean, they nail it perfect every time they do that shit. And I was completely impressed. I mean, for Netflix, I mean, like I said, this is a solid 8.5 for me. They fucking nailed it. I mean that's good for Netflix in my book. But how about you, Corny? Where are you sitting on this one?
I'm giving
I know
it
it's better than the Tales from the Crypt movie.
Oh, it superior film compared to Tales from the Crypt. I'll give it an 8.5. Going on 9. Like I said, I wish I would have seen this in theater. Like in my basement, I'm doing a projector screen and stuff. So my screen's like around 110 inches, give or take an inch.
How's the clarity on the projection like that?
It's pretty good. It's in 1080p, and I just I got it shining on a flat wall. That's pretty much how I watch most things. So, I'm getting a bit of a theatrical experience, but I really would want to see it actually in a theater.
Right.
Also, I think Blu-rays sound better than streaming. So I kind of wish I could have a physical copy of this so I could do some rewatches, or if it was possible, get some behind the scenes stuff on it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But between the creature, some of the special effects, just how the story, everything about the story. Rafe Small, I want to see him in more things. One of the other films like Night House that this director did, later on, I really enjoyed that. I didn't have a problem with the Hellraiser film that he did. But back to the movie, just some of the effects and just how everything was done. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
one thing about the creature is like how they did him or it.
Yeah.
He's in the trees and stuff, and you think you see something, but at the same time, you can't really make him out. But even the whole reveal of him, or it's kind of scares the shit out of you the first time you see it, because you kind of say to yourself, "What the fuck am I looking at?"
And they don't overdo it either. Like how sometimes you get it where they like overdo the screen time for it. I mean, I think this is one of those rare instances where, literally, it's just enough. It's not too much.
And the other thing is, they're not over explaining anything that you're seeing. Nobody in that cabin gives you the lowdown or monologuing about anything that's fixing to go down to Luke at the end, or what happens to Dom. You just, it's just happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. All we hear is one of the people tells Luke, like, "Oh, he's going to be sacrificed, but it's fine. You just join us and everything will be fine." And he's like, "What do you mean?" They just walk off. They don't explain it.
Yeah.
There's like you said, there's no monologue. There's no, nobody's grabbing us by the hand and going, "Okay, it's time for, some exposition."
Yeah.
It's basically like, look, you see what's happening. It's exactly what you think.
Yeah. Yeah. You kind of experiencing this with them without it being like found footage or anything. And I really, really enjoyed this film. But like I said, I would want a physical copy of it at some point.
They have it on DVD. Like I'm not seeing a Blu-ray, and what's weird is that the DVD is like half the cost of the paperback version of the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I mean, I've been looking for a Blu-ray copy of it just because I am kind of curious myself if they even have it. But I mean, I'd be interested in it too. It doesn't look like there is a Blu-ray copy.
And see, that's the thing. A lot of this stuff, when Netflix gets a hold of it, they don't release it physical. And I'm like, you
But they've
guys
released it physical in 2017 on DVD and not Blu-ray.
it gets like
I
limited.
mean,
Like,
that's just
even,
fucking stupid.
Is that DVD even in our region?
I mean, that is a good question. I mean,
yeah, because overseas
I have
rights
an
would be
all-region
different.
player, so I mean, format DVD. It's in English. Region 2
Okay.
will not play on most DVD. But yeah, so
Yeah.
that is probably why then. Like it'll work on mine, but I probably not most. I mean, to be fair though, I mean it doesn't. You can get a multi-region fucking DVD player for like under $40.
Okay.
So I mean,
Yes.
it's not like a fancy person thing. Like anybody could do that.
Okay. The Jeffries on us?
I mean, that or he found a really cool pose and he was like, you know what, I'm going to stick with this.
That's a cool post.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it doesn't look horrible, so it's like I can't. What can you do?
Oh, Raven J is in the is watching online. He said that I need to grow a beard also.
Oh, is he watching?
Yeah.
I didn't see him on here.
Yeah, he texted me on my cell. I think he's watching on YouTube.
Raven J, man, I it's been a little bit since I've talked to him. Hopefully he's doing good. He did some artwork for me a while back. Which,
really?
He did the character designs that everyone's seen.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, since I've took Jeff on, I mean, I haven't done anything else yet. So I mean, kind of in the process of a bunch of shit at the moment. But I mean, between this and then working on this next comic book and everything too, there's just a lot going on. That's for damn sure. But
I still have a story that I want to work on that I want Raven J to illustrate for me.
Ooh, I'm gonna tell you right now, he's good.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he's damn good. There's no argument there. I love his work. I mean, I can't say anything bad about the guy. And there's Jeff.
I don't know what happened. Everything, all three cameras just went black and a circle and it goes, "Oh, we're sorry. You must not have an internet connection." I'm like, don't tell me my cell service is going to start crapping on me too. Jesus.
Oh, crap.
Well, on the bright side, it is about that time to start wrapping up. So, I mean, obviously, I mean, it sucks, but it could be worse. I mean, what can you do, man? I mean, shit happens.
Yeah, StreamYard also said it could be on their end, so I'm going to say it's StreamYard's fault.
I mean, if it wasn't happening to anybody else but you. But
I did drop out. I forgot to plug my laptop in, and it was about to go dead, and that's what happened to me a few minutes ago.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It could have just been a peak in mobile usage.
I mean, it could be so much shit, dude. It's
But
anyways,
I made it to the end without any issues. So
hey, I think you did great. I'm not mad at all. And not only that, but you did a lot of talking too. So I mean, and we didn't lose anything. So I mean, it went well. It went well. No problems, man.
You actually was recording. I've been. That's one thing when you start doing your changing format on this podcast to Tales from the Podcast and start reviewing podcasts, you'll find out how many podcasts have been lost, because people weren't recording or, hard drive crash or whatever.
I've got a story. The very first episode of Skewered Universe I recorded got lost. I was using Audacity. Thought I saved the file. Apparently, I didn't know how to save properly using Audacity, how to export it and all that. Completely lost it. It was like an hour and a half, and it was just gone.
Was that during the time you had to use two computers to do all this stuff?
No, this was just 2018.
Okay.
So, not too long ago.
Well, I mean, what can you do? I mean, we've all. I've never lost an episode somehow. I mean, somehow even through some crazy fucking shit, I still managed to do this. And you know, as it probably won't happen very often, but I will say, as somebody who does Tales from the Podcast, as Corny says, I should be reviewing podcasts.
JP, you can start calling yourself the podcast keeper.
Right? The podcast keeper. God damn it. I start giving myself a little cackle and laugh. Oh, I have to call John and ask him how he does it. I think one of them that I will have to check out is this one that you're on, and you guys can check them out over on Facebook at facebook.com/From the Canopy. And you guys are on YouTube as well. And I mean, this isn't just From the Canopy. This is the From the Canopy Network, which I mean, I still will say that, I mean, Monk and the way he's like did your guys' YouTube shit and everything. I mean, that guy fucking he knows his shit. Yeah. I mean, he's fucking great, you know, and I gotta get him back on and talk again sometime soon. I mean, he's a fun fucking guy to talk with. That's for damn sure.
Monk's real cool. He I do the regular no, I said Tales from the Podcast. I do the regular From the Canopy episodes, the film show, and with Corey, and he also does a show with Bob called Classics of Cinematics or Classics, and everything. Bob, you know, our recording night, Bob pretty much bowls, so you know that's why he, you know, is just on Classics of Cinematics. They both on Wednesday night.
Yeah, he hits a lot of the stuff I really like on that part of the show.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm
a lot of under appreciated classics that they cover.
Oh yeah, he does a really, really good job too. I mean, and then with everything that you guys do together too. I mean, you guys compliment each other very, very well. That's for damn sure.
Well, thank you.
Oh, dude, of course.
I think you and Jeff compliment each other pretty well too. But this
we're on episode 2. I mean, we're hitting our strides. I mean, I can't wait. I can't. Yeah, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen because, like, I don't know if you even know about the show, but from all the votes that I've gotten over the time period, this is kind of where the show's heading. So with this right here, we got 3 episodes left of Tales from the Crypt. We're gonna do, basically maybe 1 or 2 episodes on the cartoon, talk about the game show a little bit, little that kind of stuff, fill in some blanks there. But then after
go to the format I suggest, and you start reviewing.
I will throw that in there from time to time, but we are obligated at this point to bring on my buddy Ron Perty as well. And he wants to be on just this 6-episode mini-series that we're going to do of Garth Morandi's Dark Place.
I love that show. I finally got around. I finally got around to watch it this year because I've been without Amazon Prime until they decided they were going to make a Blade Runner show and a Lord of the Rings show. So I had to break down and start subscribing to that. And Garth Marenghi's Dark Place might be one of my favorite shows right now.
Well, I mean, I'm basically I gave an open invite to anybody who wants to be part of that. That you are, it's a 6-episode thing. So I mean, like, if you feel the need and you want to come on when we do it, man, you are more than welcome as well.
Are y'all gonna cover all 6 episodes or do an episode a week?
Episode a week. For 6 weeks.
I wouldn't mind being on, just tell me when you want me on because I love
I'll let you know when I'm going to start it for sure. And it'll be 6 straight weeks. If you decide to come, you come. If you decide not to, you don't.
Okay. That would be cool.
I just watched it again like last week. I got through it in one day. Yeah. I got through it in one day and I was like, oh, I forgot just how much I really loved this.
Oh, God. I mean, Matt Berry. That's all I gotta say. That dude is fucking great. I fucking love that guy.
I love the fact that his character is pretty much the only one that is overdubbed. And it's like when they do the behind the scenes bit and they're talking to the actor playing Dr. Lucian Sanchez, he sounds exactly the same. So why he was overdubbed? I'm like, this is exactly how a show like this would have been.
Yeah. And I don't know. I love that
And I-
overdub stuff though. It's the
And I've
fucking
been a
greatest.
fan of I guess Matt Berry and David Aoki from the IT crowd.
Yeah.
Two of those guys together are just amazing to me.
Oh god. Yeah. I honestly I can't wait till we get into that because I got a feeling those are going to be a very, very fun 6 weeks.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I can't believe that I missed it when it first ran on like Adult Swim, and there were podcasts mentioning it, making references to it, and I'm like, what are they talking about? And then it's on Amazon Prime all of a sudden. I'm like, a couple years ago, I was like, I'm gonna finally watch this, and yeah, instantly was like, yes, this is what I needed.
Oh yeah. So that will be coming. So just I'll let you know, Corny. Well,
Okay. I appreciate it.
Oh God, yes. Anyways, before we go ahead and get out of here, do you have anything that you need to share, Jeff? Are we good to go?
Real quick, if you guys are interested in hearing more from me, I'm a little more composed tonight. Skewered Universe just dropped 2 episodes this past week. We're doing the Nightmare on Elm Street retrospective, so we dropped our episode on part 5, The Dream Child, and on Freddy's Dead that I recorded with Chuck Nasty, who you used to see here. Yeah, those both dropped, so go check those out. They're a lot of fun. You can find us on all the socials. You see the link
Right.
there on your screen. Check it out,
Yeah,
Give us a
on
follow.
the screen,
Check out
in
the
comments
Patreon.
and the show notes.
Yeah.
If you go to talesfromthepodcast.com and look at Jeff's bio and just click Skewered Universe. That's
Yeah, I
right
just
there.
subscribed to you.
Oh, thanks, man.
I just subscribed, yeah.
See? Look at that, Jeff. You increased your viewers.
By one.
So
Listeners.
when we start reviewing podcasts, we're gonna have Corny on when we do Skewered Universe, so he can tell me how bad it is.
It's like you'll just review an episode of a podcast, like
No,
it could
I'm
be
gonna
like
review
it could
the
be
whole
like an
thing.
episode. It could be
But
an
I'm only-
episode of Joe Rogan, and you could probably try to harass Joe Rogan until he shows up.
I
on
like the idea of reviewing an entire podcast by only listening to one episode.
You don't need
It's
to
like-
listen to any
but-
other episodes of
but
this show. This one was terrible.
Here's the thing, though. We only do the first episodes. So we
Ooh.
don't let you get your bearings
Ooh.
together. We hit your first episode, and we tell the world if you suck or not.
That could get pricey because
pretty bad.
some podcasts lock their early content behind a paywall on Patreon. So we're gonna have to be subscribers
Then
to a
we'll
bunch
just we'll just fake it. We'll fake it till we make it. You just be like, yeah, I checked out their first episode. It sucked. And then we'll just make up all the
Art Merritt
information.
wasn't even playing a guitar at the end of his first episode.
It was all
I will-
fake.
I will tell you, Corny, if you go to listen to any of the episodes we do, keep in mind, my wife and I, we do the reviews a little different. Like, we have regular reviews where we'll have guests on, but just so you kind of know, the format we do is like every 15 minutes. So we're kind of watching the movie and giving, like, every 15 minutes, we're giving our ideas as we watch it. So it's kind of like,
Okay.
yeah, like if you want to watch it with us, then pause it when we come back. You can listen and kind of watch it too and experience the same thing. It's just something different that we thought nobody else was really doing.
Okay.
I actually like the way you do. I've complimented you on that many times already, though.
Yeah,
I'm done
I have
stroking
fun.
your ego, Jeff.
I have fun doing those because I found all those old like intermission ads from the old movies, like the drive-in and stuff. So
Right.
some of them were really fucking weird, though.
Yeah, I can see that. That's for sure. But anyways, yeah, everyone check out Jeff over there over at the Skewered Universe podcast. And I mean, like I said, you can go and check out that website over at Linktree or linkter.ee/.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm like, what? What is this format? Okay, you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna do it.
They like to get you some way. And then, like I said, also check out From the Canopy Network over at the Facebook group. He has a Facebook page. I mean, fucking, I'm
On
assuming
Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're
yeah, you guys are basically everywhere. I mean,
YouTube.
yeah. I mean, and not only you everywhere, you're super easy to fucking find. Like, I mean, there's nothing hidden there. That's for sure.
I'm gonna subscribe on YouTube after we're done here. I went to look for my phone and I was like, oh yeah, I'm using it to.
Oh yeah,
I'm not used to being on my phone. Where? Oh yeah, I'm used to that.
It's weird because I was gonna review your guys' show, and it's funny because I only watched one episode, but it had this really cool guy on there that they called JB. How about that right there? I only review podcasts that have me on, and I only review the episode that I do. I pull a Raven Shadow, if you will. I'll talk about the stuff that I'm good at.
Yeah.
Oh man.
God damn it. Well, anyways, let's get out of here. Thank you so much, Corny. It's always a fucking blast having you on, man.
Thanks. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, both Cornelius Bros, and on Twitter at Cornelius1976. And I'm on TikTok where I just watch TikTok videos at Cornelius1976. You can friend me, but I'm just watching shit on there.
Not making no videos.
So you're better than me. I won't even download the app because I know I'm going to get lost down a rabbit hole one night.
Well, one thing about TikTok, it's a good time suck. You can start going through videos, especially like some of the paranormal stuff. It's a couple of paranormal things to where like somebody sees a ghost or some shit, or something moves in a house or some shit. You start going down a rabbit hole on that shit, and then you having to sleep with your lights on. If I were Raven J, I'd probably leave my cell phone like out of my car, or put that in my mailbox or whatever overnight, because it'll be trying to haunt me or whatever.
Yeah, my wife shares.
Raven J did that with a copy of Demons, by the way. That's my funniest Raven J story from Retro. If you ever review his podcast, that's one of the things you could bring up.
No. On the audio format, though, I do still throw his ad on some of the stuff there too, though. I mean, because I have his actual audio ad for stuff, and
nice.
Yeah,
you can review that audio ad when
that's what I should do instead of reviewing podcasts. I review the podcast based on how good their advertising sounds.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can pull a bunch of old ones for you.
I'm finding ways to make this so much easier and easier. I could do like 45 of these in like 2 hours. Like at this point,
I think I have old stuff that used to play on like really old episodes of Talk Without Rhythm for like stuff that's not even around anymore. So
yeah.
Even funnier, only review podcasts that don't exist anymore.
Yeah,
because nobody.
Well, I have the entire Drunken Zombie library at hand if you want to go down that road.
Oh, hey, man. I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, this is the route Corny wants me to take.
I'm saying, man. Henry Rollins did a podcast a while back. You can review that. That's a pretty good podcast.
Yeah, I didn't even know he had one. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, him and his assistant were doing a podcast, and I thought that was pretty cool, but he started traveling and shit again, so,
So it went away.
Yeah, went away.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyways, guys, it's always fun. It's always a blast. Thank you again, Corny. Thank you, Jeff, man.
Of course.
It's always fun, dude. And thanks, everyone, for watching. We greatly appreciate that. And with that being said, the crypt is closed.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.